My name is Kathy. My husband and our family have been tremendously impacted by medical malpractice. We found out accidentally in the course of another issue that a doctor had made a terrible, terrible mistake. In fact, that mistake was going to cost my husband his life. And once we began processing all of the emotions and the impact that that has on a life, we looked for a higher purpose in this suffering. We looked for a mission. We had to find out how this could have possibly happened. And we had to find out if there was anything we could do to prevent it from happening again. We got no answers from doctors and hospitals, and it became clear early on that we were going to need an attorney to get to the bottom of this, to figure things out. But it was important to us not to just have someone locally, but to have someone who had a great reputation, great experience in the field, a real compassion for victims, and a spirit of advocacy that we needed someone to speak for us. We found Cliff Rieders to be that person. We were just so impressed with his compassion for us, his desire to help us get to the bottom of the situation, how this could have happened, how to figure things out. And most of all, where do we go from here? What do we do now? He has an excellent team of professionals, nurse paralegals, other paralegals, experts from all over the country that he hires, investigators, and most of all, his experience. One of the things that we appreciated about Cliff was his tenacity and his desire to get to the truth. His staff made accommodations for me at depositions and meetings, so I witnessed this for myself. In one particular deposition, the doctor and the attorney were stonewalling him. The doctor refused to answer a question. The attorney refused to allow him to answer the question. Cliff went at it a lot of different ways, a lot of different times, and kept hitting the same brick wall. And finally, Cliff said, "This deposition is over, and I'm filing a motion to compel." He filed that motion to compel the doctor to answer that question, and that was the one question that turned the case. That information was what turned the case. After the doctor answered that question under oath, he was without defense. It clearly was medical malpractice. Another thing that was important to us was, after we figured out how this could have happened, what do we do now? Where do we go from here? How do we prevent this from happening to others? And we specifically asked if there were non-monetary things, other things that we could ask for in our settlement, changes in policies and procedures and practices that would make a difference, that this would never happen to anyone else. We were able to ask for that. Cliff understood, and he advocated for that. For that, we're eternally grateful. And who knows how many others were spared harm because of that. We're so grateful.